Da, 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 da. Welcome back to the Pyrrhic Papaya Gaming channel. And, great. Son of a... Once again, we've had yet another whirlpool. I think that makes number 5 or 6. And, it has destroyed, yet another, iteration of my ports, but luckily they rebuild pretty quickly. I get exasperated every time one of those bad boys rolls through. But yeah, what have we done since last time? We've done a bit of stuff. Added a new power plant, so if this wasn't more polluted than it was before. We're gonna call this area the Devil's Armpit. Yeah. Actually, we'll call this the Devil's Armpit, and this right here is, I thought of a really funny name. Actually, it probably wasn't that funny. I just thought it was funny. It was like a pun off a garbage dump, but I can't think of it. So we'll just call this the Devil's Armpit right in here. Here's what we call this port Gatos, and yeah, I have a new little port. Did I make that last time? I might have. I've expanded that port as well. But yeah, we keep having just like the worst power issues. And the worst water issues, too. I've since expanded the little district of water, not a district, the set of water pumps over here. And did a lot of residential expansion, though. So I've I think I put this, I put the college down just before last episode. We've totally expanded this out a ton. You saw me doing a little bit of this last time. We've made this whole area, this is kind of like a cool little college town. I'm still trying to think of another cool little name for this little district. I'm totally going to put the university up here. I think this should be big enough for when we get it, which we will. Mark my words. It's going to be great. But we have a bunch of little commercial areas, a little downtown. For those of you who have gone to undergrad at a larger university or even a larger college too, you know how these towns are. And so we got a lot of little houses along. Obviously, a lot of noise complaints, a lot of complaints about drunk students. But we don't have the university yet, so right now it's just a few here and there, a few small frat houses over yonder. But nothing too big, nothing too big. But I expanded this whole area, connected up these areas, added this. I'm gonna call this like Los Gatos. Central Medical Research Area. If I get the Medical Research Center, I'm gonna like stick it in here somewhere. But I got a bunch of hospitals, got a college over here, got a bunch of new schools. We got a zoo now, a ZOO. Isn't that nifty? And my Sims really love that. I put that in. And for those of you who are players that like the more, we'll say, kind of technical side of it. Zoos are one of the biggest residential cap expanders. So if you're like having, oh crap, back with the likes again. I'm trying to call this. I really am. But yeah, so zoos though, if you're having kind of a residential block where you can't seem to get above that cap of residential, the one of the quickest way to do those is to build parks, and like the park that will get you the most is indeed the zoo. So yeah, build a bunch of zoos if you really want to help out that cap. Now the cap does not equal demand necessarily in SimCity 3000, so it can indeed help the demand, and by raising land value, things like that, it will raise the demand a fair amount, but that does not necessarily coincide one with the other in that. So yeah, just to get some of those technical things out of the way, because I know I don't talk about the technical stuff. Again, I'm more of like a creative soul, and so I do know some of the go-to little rules of how to build these things. Otherwise, my cities would just not grow. So, yeah. But what else have we built? So yeah, we've expanded this whole area a bit, but not a whole ton. I don't know what I'm gonna build. Let's build a park there. What do we all think about that? Great. I'm glad we're all in agreement. I added an extra little rail line over coming across this way, and then I've added one that goes down this way. And in fact, I kind of wanted to expand it up into this residential area, but I think the avenues might be good enough, and we'll just put a bunch of bus stations, if not. But yeah, even this, yeah, that's getting like 520. There was a point where both of these rail lines were congested, and I was just like, what is my life right now? Thankfully that has died down a bit. Then again, I kind of like it though at the same token, because you're just like, wow, I have an effective enough rail system that I'm getting enough demand on it. At the same token, it's not effective enough that I'm efficiently moving the people. But yeah. So I also talked earlier at one point about maybe making a highway. I don't know how feasible that is at this point, since I've made this whole... Though I could put it down this way, have it go up behind the industrial zone a bit. Because I think I also put that power plant out. Yeah, I put the power plant out far enough. And have it swing around and up. But then I don't know necessarily how I'm going to make... Because I was like having a loop around. Then again, I don't necessarily need that, but... yeah, I'm kind of figuring how I'm going to do that. Oh boy. The physics, I guess, the in-game physics of being an effective mayor of SimCity. Sometimes you gotta make tough decisions, my friends. You gotta make tough decisions. But yeah, let's get building a bit more residential up this way, because I just really like the look of this community. Boom. And let's get that watered. And I think, yeah, I put in a new police station and a new fire station as well. So that should be doing at least some decent stuff with the crime rate and the fire susceptibility of the area. Had a few fires the last time too. I'm glad that they didn't get too out of hand or anything, but yeah, I was worried. I was worried there for a second, you know. All the great cities of the world have had great fires to go along with them, so you can never be too careful, I guess. Yeah, that is the realization, though. In looking back at history, is like how destructive fire was. But yeah, you take a look at Rome, and like just how frequent fires were and how destructive they could be. Like literally multiple points in the history of like pre-medieval Rome where like crap, I keep saying like again. Where you had two-thirds of the city just burned down in one go, and hundreds of thousands of people lost their homes, thousands of people lost their lives, and even though the whole, like, we talk about sometimes the epitome of this being a great fire of Rome that happened during the end of Nero's reign, and that's the whole thing with Nero standing above Rome while it was burning, fiddling, as they say. But even though that occurrence of such a great fire might not have been necessarily so often, it would have, I'd say, every couple of centuries, there'd still be like these huge severe fires and stuff that would just wipe out, hundreds of people, and those would be like frequent. And yeah, you even look at kind of medieval to early modern cities like London. God knows how many times London has burned down. And Chicago. Like Chicago was that one wasn't that long ago. Like that was maybe what my history's a bit hazy on that, but that would have only been like about a century ago. Let's get back to building though. I keep going on these little historical rants every now and then, but yeah, that's kind of fun though. I like it. Interests the pants off of me, that's for sure. And yeah, we'll get a bit more residential there. Is that? I don't think I've had enough time pass though. That is getting like really low on water. I'm just having to fight a continual battle with the water in this game. Oh my. Alright, are you watered yet? Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. I could put another sports park up there. I just really like the way the sports parks look. And Los Gatos students are not the sharpest knives in the drawer. So let's put a school in. What say you? Okay, so, I kind of want to expand the industrial zone a bit up into here, but my major problem with that is I might tip off the pollution scale just enough that I'll get rid of these farms by accident, and I really, really like those farms there still. But I think, if memory serves me right, these are still... You know what, let's put dense industrial right in here. Crap, I just deleted some of my only high-tech industrial crap. I hate it when I do that as well. Alright, let's see. Ooh, though that's coming back as high-tech. Well, look at that, look at that. Oh, no wonder I could expand the industrial all the way down in here. What am I doing with my life? Yeah, no, throw that in there. Ooh, beautiful. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to cover? Ooh, this is coming along nicely. I might add a bit more residential down this, or commercial down this way, but more residential over here. I kind of want this to look like a really cute, like, little port area. Again, this is, what are we calling this? Old Port Park. Oh god, why did I name it that? But Old Port, that's not as stupid for me to say. So yeah, we're going to make Old Port look really nice, and I'm thinking of putting the lighthouse out there. And we seem to have... Oh, that's just lack of demand. And then I'll expand that down, and really, again, as I said in last episode, this is going to be kind of heart of the city going up here. So we'll get a lot more like medium residential, high density residential, high density commercial going up that way. And then we're going to have a huge transportation problem as well. Oh, you know it. It wouldn't be a Pyrrhic Papaya playthrough without me just crapping the bed on the transportation, so that's alright. But yeah, I think we'll wrap this episode up here. And, ooh, look at this city is coming along. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe if it so pleases you. And I always enjoy our time together. So, yeah, peace out, peeps, as always.